Okay. Would you say that, can you still call it dating without the potential for physical intimacy?
Yeah.
I think so.
Right, any answer to make it favor women, right? No, it's not dating if there's no physical component. That is called friend zone, right? But of course, women want to define dating in terms of what will favor them. So it makes total sense that they would say something like this. They want maximum agency for themselves and minimum agency for men. So it totally makes sense that they would say that it can still be called dating without the physical component. And now they're probably thinking, okay, so all of those, free dinners that I was taking on and all of those times that I wasted men's time that were still dates is dating. But that's not. That's just women using men for, the purpose of provisioning while sleeping with other men, right? Which is 2022 dating in a nutshell. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Again, if you're liking the content, new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, comment on the video, like the video. If you'd like me to comment on a certain video, compilation, or maybe a Reddit post, please send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Let's continue.
There's like a special companionship, I think, with dating that's different than friendship.
Okay. Would
Special companionship. What is it they're talking about now? Like, this is ridiculous, right? They just want to use like whatever words they want to use and then get the result of literally sleeping with a certain caliber of men, top 5%, and using other men for provisioning and money and free dates, right? And just give it a word that will work, just use whatever ambiguous language you can in order to get it's called muddying the waters, or be water, my friend. Like they're trying to be as ambiguous as possible so that they can get the results that they actually want, without putting in the physical intimacy that's required of an actual relationship.
either of you want to be in a relationship without physical intimacy?
No.
No.
Do you think
And here we go. Now they're telling on themselves, right? So they don't care if the man experiences no physical intimacy. They, for themselves, don't want to be in a relationship without physical intimacy. So here's the point. It's literally in front of your eyes, right? The women are telling on themselves. They're talking about how it's AFBB, right? They want certain men for the genes, the alpha genes, and certain men for the stability, the resources, the taking care of them in the friend zone. That's literally what this is. They revealed the game right there.
think most people would?
Most people, no.
No.
Okay, so is it safe to maybe assume that the purpose of dating is the potential for physical intimacy?
I mean, that's not only a reasonable assumption, that is accurate. But here's the thing. It's really funny that they say most people would want physical intimacy, and yet they are the very ones to deny physical intimacy of men, right? And while using them, right? So here is what women actually do. Many women, not all, of course, but many. What they'll do is they'll get a guy, see that he's obviously interested in them, and instead of rejecting him outright, which would make him, not waste his time, they actively waste his time. So they imply that at some point in the future, the guy might get physical intimacy. And because he might get physical intimacy at some point in the future, that guy stays, and then he gets sort of suckered into providing relationship benefits to a girl who's not actually in a relationship with, who's not physically intimate with. And she takes those resources and runs with them, right? That's what happens in 2022 dating very often.
For most people, yes. Everyone, no.
Okay, well, no, there's exceptions to every rule and stuff, of course.
But also, like, you can have sex without having it be dating or intimacy.
No, actually, that is true of men, but not of women, unless the girl is telling on herself, right? So here, okay, guys, she told on herself, and let me explain how I know. Look at her, okay? So she has a tattoo, a big one. So you can tell based on the number of tattoos, the end count. Usually every tattoo is 5, and big tattoos are 10, right? And I mean, from this angle, it covers a lot of her body, so we don't know, but I will assume that she has at least 10 tattoos, or 5 big ones. And here's the reason why. The reason why I believe this is because for women to be able to have bedroom fun without intimacy, they have to have at least 50 previous partners. So she's telling on herself that she can do bedroom fun without intimacy. And I wonder if her friend can. But again, if women are spending time with friends like this, you better believe that they're also going to get to that point eventually. So it's not great. Men can have bedroom fun without intimacy, but that's because men are meant to spread their genes. Women have oxytocin 10 times as much released, right? The pair bonding hormone. So if the woman is not releasing enough oxytocin to pair bond so that she can do it without intimacy, she's unable to pair bond for life. And it's sad, right, that this girl on the left who's, you know, in her early 20s already is saying stuff like that. That's 2022 dating in a nutshell, right?
Or a relationship, so it could just be a sexual thing.
The purpose of dating is to find somebody that you connect with and that you want to spend more than 5 minutes with.
Okay, guys. So let me tell you some truths that maybe you've not heard before. Okay. So this girl is pretty obviously above the age of 30, right? So she's in the lady phase. Women in the lady phase, they're more likely to talk about the beta side of hypergamy. So they're more likely to talk about wanting money, wanting provisioning, wanting to spend more than 5 minutes with the guy. The implication is that this girl is telling on herself, right? She's saying that she has been with many men for, you know, obviously it's an exaggeration, but for 5 minutes. So she's had many flings, but now she's a lady. She's ready to settle down. Notice on her left hand, by the way, no ring. Which also lends credence to what I'm saying.
Okay, how is that different than friendship?
It's not. I think you should date your best friend, and if you're not...
Yes, so women are trying to push this thing, right, where they say, let's be friends first. But they only say the friends first thing once they're 30 plus, or if they're not actually attracted to the guy. So, and the variations of this, and I'm sure you've heard this if you've been on, you know, online dating, those men who are, you know, actually doing relationships in the 2022 trash dating environment. But anyway, you'll hear, I need to know you better first. I'd like to talk to you more first. I'm not comfortable meeting in person because I need more conversation, whatever. They're all variations of this, which is be friends first. And all it is what it does is it facilitates women's hypergamy, right? It facilitates AFBB, so it facilitates women getting one man for you know, his genes, and getting a bunch of men for their provisioning. And the men that are providing the free attention and being friends first and texting her all the time and giving her free validation, those are the betas, right? So there it is.
If you're not friends with the person you're dating, then what's the point?
It's really funny that she would say this, because I would say in 2022 dating, like 95% of women are not dating with the purpose of friendship in mind. They're not trying to be friends first, is what I'm getting at. They're let's just say getting the benefits first, and then maybe being friends later if the guy wants to give her the opportunity to even have that, right? It's not friends first at all. It's women taking what they can get from the top 5% of men, basically.
Can you still call it dating without intimacy, physical intimacy, or the potential for physical intimacy?
That's a loaded question, because a lot of people don't have intimacy in their relationships because they're waiting till they're married or...
Not true. Not in 2022 dating anyway. Maybe in the 1920s or in the late 1800s, but not in 2022, no. That's BS. It's just a politician answer, right? But basically, she's answering this politician answer in order to maintain power for women, for the matriarchy, right? So the idea is she wants to maintain maximum agency for women while minimizing males' agency. And saying that you can have a relationship without having physical intimacy actually favors women, because women need the relationship and men don't. They need the bedroom fun. So a relationship where women are getting the intimacy, the emotional intimacy, the relationship behaviors from the man, but she's not having bedroom fun, favors her, and so favors women by extension, because they can then spin multiple men like this while also sleeping with the absolute best guy they can get their hands on.
Or other things.
Well, that would be the potential for physical intimacy.
Then no.
But I mean, would you want to be in a relationship without physical intimacy?
Negative.
Do you think?
Indeed. And it's really funny that that she would say this, right? Because the implication is rules for thee, but not for me. You accept whatever I give you, but I want what I want, right? So the point is, the girl wants, as I said, maximum agency for herself and minimum agency for men.
Anybody would?
Yeah.
Well, most people probably wouldn't, though.
Most people probably wouldn't.
Okay,
correct.
so is it safe to say that the purpose of dating is the potential for physical intimacy?
Yes.
Is another way to say that the purpose of dating is to get laid?
Yes.
That's accurate, and actually many people live like this, right? So men and women in 2022, like women, even though it actually hurts them, many women, what they're doing is they're just sleeping around, right, and ruining their ability to pair bond or have any successful relationship in the future for the sake of getting laid with the absolute most attractive man they can, right? That's the state of 2022 dating today. So, I mean, right, and for men, it's kind of always been getting laid. It's been that throughout history. Women, like in the past, for women it has been securing commitment, and for men it's been physical intimacy. But now it's basically just physical intimacy for both men and women, and it ruins women and hurts the majority of men who are not able to capitalize on all of the women choosing the top men.
Why do you think it's considered rude to ask a woman her age or her weight?
Okay, well, I'm going to explain why. I wonder what answer she's going to give, but here's why. Basically, women want to be attractive for as long as possible, and they know that older women are less attractive. So, they want to obscure their age in order to be more competitive. That's why they want to hide their age. Why they want to hide their weight is because, again, if their weight isn't known, then they might be able to slip into a more attractive category and get a more attractive man as a result. So by making age and weight more ambiguous, it actually favors women because it doesn't force them to be held to certain standards. And the point is standards for thee, but not for me. So women want to put standards on men, 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure salary, but they want to have be whatever age and whatever weight they want to be with as many previous bedroom fun partners as they want to have. Okay, let's see what she answers.
Because they're not living in reality and they don't want to face they're fat or old.
Okay.
Actually, that's a great answer. And, okay, I can even explain why the girl is answering that way. It would actually be really funny for him, or really interesting for him to ask the same question to an older woman. Because the reason she's saying this is because she is extremely competitive and she knows it, right? She's young and attractive. And so she doesn't believe that this will ever be her fate in the future, right? Because women are solipsistic. So she has trouble seeing things from other people's perspective, right? And so because of that, she can say old and fat without feeling bad about it, right? But that's because she's young and beautiful. But let's say this same girl at 40 years old, if you ask her that question, she would not answer it that way. Because at that point, it's about her, right? So.
Okay. And if a woman can be considered beautiful at any weight, why is there virtually no demand for plus-size male models?
To be honest with you, I don't believe in that either.
What is?
I agree. And I'm glad that this girl agrees too. So there is virtually no demand for. No. Okay, let's address the first point. Women are beautiful at any size. They're not, and even women know this. The only reason they're saying beautiful at any size is to get more men to buy into less attractive women. It's to make women who are normally not competitive through basically social engineering. But it doesn't work because it goes against our biology. And there's no demand for plus-size male models because women aren't attracted to plus-size male models. So, like, they're invisible to women. So they would never buy any product that has a plus-sized male model in it. Unless, it's sort of targeted at women that want security, right? As opposed to short-term genes. But most women are able to acquire a man that can give them resources, but most women are not able to acquire men that can give them the genes because those men are extremely desirable, and so it makes sense that the extremely desirable men would be in the ads. Okay, anyway, let's see what she says.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, skinny people look more appealing, you know.
She's not wrong. Like, at least this girl's telling the truth. Like, it's true. Like, men who are physically fit, in shape, are much more attractive, indeed, and women too. Like, that is doubtless, right? And that is traced to a biological reality that's undeniable.
You know, like, and it's I don't know, like, you're more attracted to them. I'm
Indeed.
sorry, I'm not attracted to, like, morbidly obese people. That's just,
Indeed.
It's something that isn't attractive to me. That doesn't mean I don't like them as a person.
Indeed. Absolutely.
But, you know.
No,
Right.
that's fine. Like I said, you're attracted
I'm
to what
being
you're...
honest.
Well, no, it's what you're
No,
attracted,
no,
what you're
she-
attracted to. For example, I ask him, why is it considered a woman's preference to reject a guy based on his height, but it's considered shallow if a man rejects a woman based on her weight?
Let me tell you this. I went on a lot of dates. Seriously, I was like,
the girl thinks that by what she's saying, she thinks that being experienced is attractive, which, okay, not all women are low intelligence, right? That's obvious. Many women are intelligent, but this girl in particular is, she doesn't know that she's telling on herself by saying that, right? So anyway, that's that. But okay. Oh, is she going to say that height is not important? Because that's a lie. But anyway, she's being honest. Let's see if she'll actually say the truth, which is that women are attracted to taller men.
like dating crazy woman, and I would have lunch, breakfast, coffee, whatever,
Holy.
and like we would talk, and I'd be like, all right, bye, and if we talked again, that would be my choice. But anyway,
Right,
neither here nor
okay,
there.
yeah. That's what many women are like.
Crap, I was gonna say something really key, and now I can't remember. What were we talking about?
I was asking.
Okay,
about,
no.
you're okay. Man's height versus a woman's
Okay.
weight. Sorry.
So I would still go
Can you just lower the mic just a little bit? I just want to see your face. Your very lovely face, and I want to see it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I would still go out with a man. I'm 5'9", so I'm taller, and I would go out with a man that was 5'8", 5'9". But you know what would be the biggest turnoff is they have a complex about their height. So they
Okay, so she's talking about confidence. That's actually true. You as a man, if you're highly physically attractive and a little bit shorter, like 5'6", 5'8", whatever, if you're confident and still highly physically attractive and successful, like 6 figures, 6-pack abs, whatever, you'll still have a lot of success. You will still be rejected based on your height, but a lot less. She's right about the complex about the height thing. That's absolutely true. That's just a lack of confidence, right?
they can't rock it. They can't
Indeed.
have confidence in themselves. They're just insecure about their height.
That's
and
right.
They let you know it in other ways.
I just need to hear that. Okay. And that's one universal thing that I've heard. Most women
It's
say
your
is
attitude.
it's the confidence, right? It's the
Yeah.
confidence. Do you think?
Mindset is everything.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Why is it considered rude to ask a woman her age or her weight?
That's a great question because I think that's just kind of a social standard that we.
Indeed, but here's the thing. Women make these social standards in order to favor themselves. So, I already explained why. Just rewind a little bit. Okay, let's go on to our Reddit post here. Which one? This one. I get it now. I feel like over the past few hours, I've had a clarity I haven't experienced in a long time. I'm realizing that the only person who has made me feel this bad this consistently is my wife. Everything is always my fault. Everything always, at least according to her. She said sorry to me maybe 3 times over our entire relationship. I don't expect a sorry for minor everyday things, but even in the most healthy relationships, people screw up some. Right, so here's the thing. All I have to say is, why would you marry a girl who's not able to accept responsibility or take accountability for her actions? That is on you to not make this mistake. If she has problems accepting responsibility, she's not a wife. She's a friends with benefits. She's always told me I'm boring because my idea of fun isn't hanging out at her mom's or a bar getting drunk. Why would you marry a girl who obviously has problems with alcohol? You see? This is an issue of the person who's written the post, to be honest. Again, women tell you who they are. You just need to listen. If she tells you she's a friends with benefits, don't try to upgrade her to a girlfriend. You'll have a bad time. She complains about me spending all my time at work and not with the family, yet she expects all the nice things in life, all while her savings are growing and mine are staying stagnant, which is funny because I certainly haven't made the same paycheck over the last 7 years. Well, right, this is just my money is my money and your money is our money, right? And again, women are unable to appreciate your sacrifice, right? So if they see that you're tired, they'll see you as weak. They won't see you as a hard worker. You need to always be on and always be strong, no matter the girl you're with. And if you don't, they'll just leave you. That's how women are, right? Like 99% of women. And now in 2022 dating, where marriage is terrible, like the girl is going to blame you for making more money and spending time away from her. And I mean, there are women that won't do this, but this girl did. And so you know that she's that type, so why would you marry her? Constant insults, ones that don't even make sense. One day I'm arrogant, the next day I'm too shy. Indeed, this is the type of girl that's not happy. So here is my prediction, okay, guys? What I think is that this girl here, she settled, quote unquote. So she's, 30 plus when she got married, and she married a guy who's not the guy that she was alpha widowed by. And so she's always thinking about what she had before when she was younger, and she sees her husband as second rate, and so she's taking out her anger at not being able to get with a better man on her current man, and destroying her relationship as a result. I have a habit she doesn't like forgetting to squeegee the shower glass when I'm done. I should start using the kids' shower with a curtain instead. If I don't like something, then I can just leave. Like literally, the girl is just being rude for the sake of being rude. She's treating the guy like a little kid. Like, this is absurd. Even one incident like this and I'd be done. I let the relationship get so unbalanced, yet she was just able to dominate me. When there was nothing left emotionally for her to take from me, she just bounced. Sorry, I feel sad and also schadenfreude at the same time. So the point is this. It's death by 1,000 cuts, right? So the girl, if you allow disrespect to go unpunished over and over and over, this is what happens, right? You can't allow her to Black Widow spider you. And this is the problem. If she's the kind of girl that's going to constantly fight and try to get power from you and just constantly play these games, then it's friends with benefits only, guys. Like, you can't live with a girl or get married or have children with a girl like this. It won't work. It will just make you miserable. Case in point. I'm finally realizing that I was living in absolute hell for so long and for absolutely no reason at all. Indeed. You could literally be alone and it'd be better than this. Why did I put up with that? I would constantly lay in bed at night having panic attacks, wondering why I couldn't just be a better husband. And this is the thing, right? Men are taught from a young age to believe that they're worthless and that the problem is always them, no matter what, and that it's never their partner, right? It's really funny because even at the beginning I blamed the guy, but I didn't actually blame the guy. I just blamed his strategy, right? The girl is bad. She should have been a friends with benefits. She should have never been upgraded, right? Because this girl is terrible for the guy, and she probably ruined all of her previous relationships, which is why she ended up being such a harpy, right? These women are not marriage material, like women that act like this. So they should never be upgraded, even past girlfriend. Like, friends with benefits, or like NMG, non-monogamous girlfriend only. No living together, no marriage, no cohabitation. She doesn't deserve it. I'm not pretending to be some sort of angel, especially when I was just drinking. I did some crappy things. Yeah, whatever, okay. Her awfulness, though, is just a consistent, slow burn deconstruction of my self-worth. It's literally death by 1,000 cuts, as I described. And my independence. Sorry for the rant, but I seriously am having an epiphany. Everything is so obvious now. I don't love my wife, and that's why I'm not going to say it back when she texts "I love you" out of the blue last night. Not because I don't want to backslide or come off as needy. I'm just not going to say it because I genuinely don't feel it. Indeed. So, and men, this is why I could never recommend marriage, right? Because she can just hold you in that relationship by, holding your finances in, in a stranglehold, and holding your children at threat point, right? Because you as a man know that if you get divorced, your kids are going to have worse outcomes and are going to be taught to be against you, right? And so, of course, this is very damaging. So, again, I could never recommend marriage after this sort of thing. Okay, let's just see the top comments and then we'll end the episode. She's about... Oh, no. Yikes, like looking into a mirror reading this one. Still, even with all that said, I find the process difficult. Lo siento means sorry. Okay, so there you go. We're going to end the episode there. Again, if you agree or disagree with any of my commentary, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. If you're liking the channel, new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/Helios YouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/Helios Rumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/Helios Podcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/Helios donations and buy my books at bit.ly/Helios books. Thank you so much for all of your support.